everyone, it's Ching Chime-12 here, back again with another review today. Today I'm reviewing Serj Tankian-Harakiri album. I'm hoping I'm saying his name and the album title right, but if I'm not, comment down below and let me know. Anyway, so back to what Serj has done on Harakiri. Now, when you first listen to this record, you're going to think automatically System of a Down record, or you're going to think in some moments Serj's solo albums in the past. Anyway, so the gist of this album is very simple and very simple yet widespreading, because the vocal or the lyrical content really ranges from a political standpoint to just quirkiness or just something that he's not really done. Because there's an interview that Serj said that this album came really easy to him, and he didn't expect to write a rock record, so it was different to do this. Because at the time, he wasn't really thinking about doing it, and it just happened. So, when you listen to this record, you're not going to think, oh, okay, well, that's it. There's nothing really musically different. It's just the same. It just sounds like a System of a Down record or a solo record from him. But what you're going to hear is there's musical changes. There's a lot of things in this album that just feels different, yet it feels right. Because we all love Serj from System of a Down, his quirkiness, his craziness, you know, that thing that he's done that we all love. His vocal cords just sound really, really neat on those System of a Down records and his solo records. But what Harakiri gives you a blend of his vocal work, these amazing songs, just a variety of like melodic type stuff and a variety of like heavy stuff, and just these crazy lyrics that he likes to throw in. And that's what really you're supposed to love from Serj. And so that's what I enjoyed off this record, is because every song had something different to deliver, being it a guitar riff, or being it a harmonizing section, or a melodic type piece, or a melodic section, or just anything that is different from the last song. Something is made of a standpoint on each song on this album. Now, the title track Harakiri, which is off Harakiri, really felt like just a melodic piece that really stood out to me, because not because it was the title track of the album, but because the track really had a melodic feel and more harmonizing bit. Serj's vocals are extremely well done on this track, let alone the whole album. But this track alone, his vocal stance was just really good. A lot of it just felt really just up-moving. It felt like just a great piece, because there's a lot of things that Serj does with his vocals and on songs that make the song sound better, or just make the song even more epic than it already is. But when you can write a really epic type song like Harakiri, and you can take Serj's vocals and give that extra punch, then it just gives it so much more. Because, you know, like what I said, Serj on this album really had things placed out. I'm hoping you can see this over here, but there's nothing on here, but this is how basically Serj said it, that he had a whiteboard and he had musically things were placed out for the album. Like musical wise, he had all the music out. So when Serj writes music, it's kind of like System of a Down stuff, but he gives it kind of that twerk thing, that kind of his own thing. So let's just say these are songs, just right here. You can't really see them, but let's say they are. They're from Harakiri. So Serj had all the music already done. He had all the music ready, and he was figuring out where vocal points, what stuff's going to be said on this track, you know, blah blah blah, figuring out everything. And when he brought in these musicians that play on the record that you hear, they sound right. It sounds like the musicians that are placed on this record to play all these songs gave each individual song something different to provide it with more of a push, like a spice, like more of a just, you know, push to give the song a better thing than just what Serj has written out. Now, what Serj said is he brought in some musicians that were really professional, musically gifted, so that, as you know, they've made the song sound better in a certain way, like I said. But on the record, it sounds like the band just fits with Serj. Like they all fit together. The music just sounds really good, and production quality on this album is just fantastic. It's just like System of a Down record or a solo record from him in the past. So it's not like a guitar track or a vocal track from Serj overlaying everything else is like louder and you can't really tell what's being played. All of it is overlaying perfectly, because everything you can hear perfectly: the bass, the drums, the guitar, Serj's vocals. And so on to Serj's vocals, his lyrical standpoint in this album goes from political stuff to crazy stuff. like the song Butterflies. I really enjoyed that song vocally, lyrically. I enjoyed that. Harakiri, I enjoyed that one. Cornucopia, I hope I'm saying that right. Kind of a weird track. But, and then, just all these things on this album just gave me more of a feel of, this is half of a System of a Down record, half of a solo record, and it basically combined these two things and just made them go together to make a great album. Because this album just, it doesn't really give a lot of change of what Serj has done in the past, but that's not bad, and I think it's more of a good thing, because we know Serj is the quirky, crazy guy, and so to really like give a lot of change to it, it would feel weird. So, like, I really recommend this album. If you enjoyed System of a Down records, I really recommend this album if you enjoy his solo records, because you're going to enjoy the harmonizing, the melodic stuff, the hard-hitting rock, metal, if you want to call it that, type songs. It's variety. You don't know what's going to happen next. You don't know what kind of song's going to come next, because just because you hear an intro of a song doesn't mean that that's how the song's going to be the whole thing, because it changes a lot. That's what you are known from Serj, is it changed a lot. There's a lot of change in his music, so that's how that works. So I give this album a 9 out of 10, because this album just gave me a lot of hope for what Serj is going to do in the future. Because the reason why he didn't really think about doing a rock record is because he's doing a symphony record called Orca, which I can't wait for that. I'm actually going to review that. That's going to be quite interesting to review. Anyways, back to this. Harakiri just gives you a variety of solo record stuff, System of a Down stuff. It gives you a variety of melodic, harmonizing, hard rock, metal, whatever. And just gives you a sense of Serj's vocals are better than ever. The production quality is amazing. Just the songs, the variety of the songs just change up from each track to each track, so you're not going to get bored with this album. And if you do, then I guess it's how musically you want to go. But the way I see it, Serj is known to switch things up. He's known to just keep things coming that are different, so you're not really expecting what's going to happen next. That's what I really enjoy from Serj, and this is what you're going to get on Harakiri. Is just a bunch of variety of stuff, and it's really good music, and I really do enjoy it, and I can't wait to see what he does next. So like I said, 9 out of 10. You comment down below and let me know what you think about this record, and also you guys, you like the video and you subscribe for more metal videos, and I will see you guys on Monday.